driven the 28 minutes to a little park up that's quite close to the next Devil's Bridge. The Bronica, funnily enough, sort of jammed up on me when I put the 80mm lens on, and then it wouldn't roll on the film. Feels real dodgy in this park up. So close to the road. I must find a way to block off that light. Anyway, it shouldn't be too far. Try and walk up. The only problem is you're on the main road walking, so have to be careful. Yeah, I didn't come across any cars. It's only about 50 metres. Nice little picnic spot. No swimming. Funny, because I've seen pictures today of people swimming a little bit downstream from it. Yeah, you're not getting the van in here. What does it say? The pond. This bridge of stone, I suppose. Yeah, Pierre. I'm thinking of the name Pierre. From the 18th century. Financed by the Giral family. Destination for so for access to ovens, for it could be mining sort of ovens. It was in a singular electrical 3 and pint. What does it say? It's a type of medieval bridge that has been lost. It is written, the title in the monuments, it's all to protect us since 1936. Sorry for the poor explanation. Just been running about, so I'm a little bit breathless, but holy shit. Is it down here? Oh my god. Sorry, the screen went off and I thought I wasn't recording. A little bit of a path up that way. Don't know how I'm gonna film this or photograph this. What a wonky bridge. That's quite a long way down to the water. I'll get a better look tomorrow. House up on the hill there. Well, yeah, it's kind of level and flat there. Arches a bit here. And then goes down there. Jesus, some of the older bridges have been a lot better maintained. That is a decent drop. I can just make it out. Well, we're going to have to come back in the morning. Try and find an access point down to the bottom. Nice red sky. Bézier's over that direction. I don't know, maybe it's too far for that to be the lights of Béziers. Or it could be some of the other villages we passed through. I don't get why that wall is like that on one side. Right, it's been a long day. I'm up since about 5:20 this morning. Trying to get early morning shots of the last bridge, which didn't happen, but I got some nice ones this evening until the Bronica decided to jam up. Oh, that could be a way down, possibly. Because this is the way we came in. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Abend. Yeah, had a good night sleep last night, even though we were kind of right on the roadside. Where's my keys? Just gonna go do a little daytime recce. It's sort of drizzling. I spotted this little walk through this morning, and I'm just wondering if it takes you down. It's literally right next to the van. I didn't see it last night in the dark. Yeah, no, it kind of just brings you dangerously close to the edge. Up. At least of these trees to hang on to. How stable is that rock? Well, there's the bridge itself. I just wonder, is there a way down? There has to be, because I've seen images of people swimming down there, whether they're locals. There's sort of a farm building over there. There is a track that brings you down the other side, but I don't know if the van would be too welcome. There's a little cascade down there. This would be lovely in the summer for a swim. But yeah, I don't know. I could actually photograph it from here, I'm thinking. Let's go take a walk over there anyway. Check out that path on the other side. Back down these steps. There's something I didn't see last night. Is one of the GR trail markers. Let's have a look and see which GR trail it is. I did the GR5 back in 2010. Yeah, kind of over on that cliff face is kind of where I was. And parked just up behind. Let's see if we can drive over that other bridge down there, slippy stones, and pull up on this side of the bridge. So yeah, that's blocked off. I've no clue how people got down the far side. Some vineyards. Maybe there's a way under the bridge. Oh, first we gotta check that path. Yeah. No, I don't think I'm driving me van down here. I mean, I could pull in and turn there, but how welcome am I going to be? Probably not a lot. It's just paranoia, you know. I had 3 different vehicles pull up behind me while it was still dark this morning. Hear car doors opening, car doors closing, but I think it's just people taking an opportunity to relieve themselves. This is fantastic. There is a way through. This is one of the smaller arches. Oh my god. I don't think the north side it does lead somewhere. How far along you can go, I do not know. Just to this rock, I think. Whoa, look at the size of them fish. Some big fish. Don't know if the camera picks that up at all. But yeah, this side is a no-go, as Blot would say. End of the road. Let's go try the far side. This has to bring you out down at the beach. Well, I say beach. Nice little walking trail of sorts. And I hear voices. I don't know if the voices came from up sort of the farmway or down here. Yeah, success. Now the thoughts of lugging all that camera gear down, especially given how slippery the bridge itself is. And look at this rain. It's not meant to be raining right now. It was meant to hold off till 11 o'clock. Here's Devil's Bridge number 3 on this trip. Now there's sort of a house in that direction, just on the other side of the river. Van's just up over there. I guess we'll have to just work with the weather. Yeah. See if we can spot those fish again. They were huge. They're more hanging out in the deeper water over there. Could get up onto those rocks, but I'm not a huge fan of slippery rocks. They look slippery. I guess we can go back, grab the cameras. Actually, I have to have a look at the Bronica first. The winding mechanism won't roll on, and without it being rolled on to the next frame, the lens is locked on, can't be released. So I don't know whether that roll of film that I got, when I was putting it onto the cassette, it seemed very tight, reluctant to roll on. But it fired off 1 or 2 shots and then locked. I went to change the lens, and that's when I realised it was locked up. Well, it's a 50-year-old camera. I lock up myself sometimes, and I'm nearly 50. So we'll go and have a look at that. The Sony's good to go. That's just for backup. Everything's getting shot on pellicule film. Right, back under the arch. I love how this works. You come over the bridge, loop around, and come under the small arch. Right, back to the van. Yeah, I didn't realise how much I'd used this little action cam for documenting things, but really should have a little tripod for it because it is coming in handy. So I've gone through everything I could think of for the Bronica. It does have a battery compartment. I think it's for testing kind of light metering. You push this little button here and you get a red flash there. Now that battery I only installed a week ago, but it hadn't been packaged. I think it was one I had in the camera before, and I took it out when I knew I wasn't going to use the camera for a couple of months, so I just popped it back in thinking it had plenty of life left. So I'm just going to try a new battery, and if everything goes right we should see a red dot here. Yes, that's got full power. I think that was the issue. So we can put the camera back together. Viewfinder on. What did I do with the film back? Here it is. I still don't know. Let's see. Let me wind on. For some reason won't let us wind on and won't let us take the lens off. Right, let me go figure this out. Hopefully that's all that sorted. anchor up, head back down to the beach with this thing in hand. I got it all protected. I just noticed the protective lens cover I put on the little action cam. There's a crack in it. Thankfully now it's just the protective cover, but how I did that I don't know. I didn't let it drop. Must have fallen off the table or something at some point. Right, let's head back over. Yeah, bugger. It's very narrow in here. You know what? Back in the day, this would have been one of my ideal camping spots. Yeah, I used to camp on the bridges like that back in the early 2010s. But much prefer the van now. I'm getting too old for camping out on the bridges. Yeah, so I think I'll stick the backpack just here. Let me just stabilise this. Yeah, the 80mm is still. Is it the 80? Yeah, I'm wondering if it's something related to the mirror lock-up system. But at least the button does come down, but the lens doesn't move. So let's see where we can frame this nicely. I'll start off just somewhere here, just to get an idea. No, we're too close. Just to confirm, yeah, that is the 80. I'll just take it back as far as I can go. After I fire the shutter, it may release the lens for me. We'll see. How far back can we go? I changed it over to the 50. And one thing I noticed, let me get that clear. One thing I noticed when I changed the lens, there was a real satisfying click when the 50 went on, and I wasn't getting that with the 80. So I'm gonna have to have a look at that lens. I might have damaged it when I was scrambling over some rocks on the first bridge. This just means we're going to have to be a little bit closer. And of course there's mirror lockup, so we can't see what we're shooting. So we're going to have to wing it on the first shot, and then hopefully she winds up. Oh. Yeah, so yeah, not too bad. We're a little bit closer. We got less of the beach but more of the water. I like that. Okay, let's give this a go. Yeah, the longer I stand here, the more beautiful it looks. You can't really tell much on a little action cam. Can we get closer? Will that zoom? Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's impressive. Quite a few shots before the rain came down. It's easing off now again slightly, but I might go up and take some drone shots from up top. I didn't bring the drone down to the beach. But yeah, I even got a shot off, 2 shots with the little Kodak Baco light, the little French camera that I got in a flea market, which is the way out again. It does look like the path goes on that way, but I think that's access to kind of the farm. Back out the way we came. And yeah, we'll get that drone up in the sky. So yeah, that's the first bridge of the day, bridge number 3 in total. I'm actually hoping to hit 3 bridges today. But that's kind of the last Devil's Bridge of the day. The next 2 They're not too far away. But they're officially called Pont Vieux, which means Old Bridge. Which ironically, if you ever go to Paris, Pont Neuf, which means New Bridge, is the oldest bridge in Paris. It's 900 years old, maybe more. The second of the two is a candidate. I think when these municipals realise the value of having a Devil's Bridge, they'll rename these two bridges Devil's Bridges, because that's what they look like to me. And then I think I'm going to loop back down to the south. I'll just make me a cup of tea in my Tommy Osmond mug, because I just like the shape. I like the way it's vertical. I'll pack the gear away, maybe take a look at that 80mm lens, see if I can do something about it, because it'd be a shame if that's out of action. I'd be moving from a 50 straight up to a 150, and as you can see, access to some of these bridges is not always possible, and I can't focus any other way, or I can focus, but I can't zoom at all. I don't use any zoom lenses. They're all Zenza Bronica prime lenses, so your zoom is with your feet, which I like. I've used primes now for about 15 years, and it adds to the challenge. I get a kick out of it, let's just say that. Yeah, I think things are starting to go a lot more smoothly. Okay, the weather's not great, but yeah, it usually takes me a week or so to get into the swing of things, and I was a bit more relaxed doing this bridge than I was the last two. You know, there's always a kind of a anxiousness to kind of get it done when you realise you work all year to save up to do a trip like this, and then you drive 1,000 kilometers, and if you don't spend a few hours at a bridge, what was all the point in putting all that time and effort in? So yeah, I think I've done an hour here today. I don't think I can do much more with the weather and stuff. I'll get on and do the next two bridges today, and yeah. Yeah, I don't normally do much filming when I'm driving, and I realise I should. I must get like a little suction cup or something for the dash, but this just blew me away. I thought it was fog, but looking at where we are on the maps, I think we're just finally up in the clouds. This bit of road is quite windy, the next section, and then it straightens out a little. Then I hope we start going down, because it's just up all the way. Gear change, yeah. Up, 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 up. Another gear change. Yeah, big set of twisties coming up.